What is up, planet Earth and beyond? It's JJ here, coming at you with week 1 of Sentai Fortress. And as you could probably tell, this is by far the biggest MOC I personally have ever attempted. Just massive in scale. What you're seeing is just the base of the base. So like basically what I'm going to be doing is this is all going to be raised up 3 bricks as I make kind of a mountainous terrain up to the actual base. But this is kind of where I'm going with this. As you'll notice over here, I have put a bunch of Technic structures and made these all modular sections in case if I decide to move things or need to move things as they go along. This, as you notice, it starts off really intense as far as Technic beams going through everything, and that's because this portion of the base is going to be so much heavier than over here is my thought process. So this over here will be the main hub for the base, and then over here may or may not be a second smaller hub. I really want to incorporate 2 bridges. The scene that I'm specifically trying to depict has 2 bridges, and I really love that concept. It makes so that I don't have to make one massive bridge to kind of hold everything, and it kind of spreads out what's going on. And I don't know, I like the concept, so that's what I'm gonna be doing here. I knocked over one of my mechs over there, but it's taken me like a week and a half to get to this point, but we are making progress. Alright, so I'm doing something I've always wanted to do here. I am using 2x4s and kind of creating this pattern here all the way through to make this really solid. I want a really solid base for all of that so that it is just solid. But the problem I'm running out of is I kind of want to color code it, but I've already used all of my yellow bricks, so we'll have to kind of see how this goes continually. I might just have to do sections, and then once I run out of color, move on to the next. But I feel like it's moving along really quickly, and this will give me a nice solid base to work on up here where the actual base is going to go versus trying to haphazardly connect it together. So all of the base is the idea is to put all of the base like this. Anything that's not at this height. And so the water, I'm going to bring it a little lower. So I'm going to have to add a layer of gray on this side so that you don't see all of that yellow there. But it's looking good so far. It's taking forever though. And then I went ahead and just rinsed and repeat on the right side here using red instead of yellow. Really liked how that turned out. And then I went ahead and tiled all that off so that I can lay down my snot bricks on the side. Alright, so we've got the floor on top of that now. From this stud here over is all snot built. So these are 2x4s and whatnot built on their sides to create this beautiful gray floor we've got going on here. This will not be staying like this at all. This will look smooth and tiled off like this and be elevated correctly, but I kind of just wanted a facade of what it will look like. So this is going to be the entrance. I've got all the pieces for the entrance, but I haven't come up with a good way to connect them yet, so we'll get to that when we get that. But really happy with how this is turning out. This portion is higher, and then it's going to go lower here so that the river can flow over and down off the sides on both sides, and then that portion of the build will be much shorter. Not entirely sure how I'm going to go about that yet, but that portion will not be nearly as high built as this portion. And I believe this bridge, now that I'm building everything, will probably also be elevated versus that bridge over there will stay on the ground. But that's going to wrap it up for this week, unfortunately. I wasn't able to spend as much time as I wanted to, but just trying to get something out, trying to get something built. So hopefully this doesn't take me a year. But if you're enjoying this, give it a like. Let me know what you want to see. Till next time, guys.